Hello friends, once again I welcome you to my channel, and here we are discussing about computer organization and architecture. Till now we have seen what is computer, what are the parts of computer, and how means their basic meaning and all we have understood. Today we'll see one very important concept. The topic is basic operational concept. It says how one basic operation is performed inside my computer system. How various components are interacting with each other while getting one operation being done, right? So see, already we know we are following what? Von Neumann concept. Meaning is the instruction that we need to execute is present inside your memory. And who can execute it? Processor can execute it. And inside the processor, there are three components are there. One is the registers, then one is your control unit, another one is your ALU, right? So all these components need to interact with each other to do the thing done, right? So here the point is uh, in discussing very basic operational concept, we will be saying how one instruction is being executed. Already you know what is an instruction. We write assembly language program in our this course. So in assembly language programming, one statement is nothing but our one instruction. In instruction, basically there are two parts. Other subparts are there. Basic two bigger components are the operation code and the operand. Maybe one, maybe two, depending on what instructions we have written. The point is how one instruction is executed. The whole journey inside our computer system we'll see today. And it is a very beautiful journey. Let's see. So see, already in this diagram, one bigger component is your memory and this bigger rectangle is representing our CPU, right? Inside this CPU, our registers are there. See, this part, left hand side is representing our registers. Some are dedicated registers, some are your general purpose registers. That already we have seen in our last video. General purpose registers are the ones, those we can use in our instructions as operands, and these are used for dedicated operations. And this control unit will generate various signals at appropriate time so that one complete activity can be performed in a well behaved manner. And ALU is responsible for executing various operations. So this is overall view. Now we'll see how one instruction will be executed. So one complete instruction execution total is called as instruction cycle. So that we'll see. So basic operational concept here we will discuss. Here we'll discuss how one instruction is executed. So see, that whole time is called as instruction cycle. So it consists of many subparts. What are those? We'll see. So see, first is our instruction is there in the memory. From memory, we need to get it into your processor. So that whole operation is termed as what? Instruction fetch. Fetch means what? Read from the memory or bring from the memory, right? So first one is fetch the instruction pointed by PC into your IR. Now at least you know what is PC and IR. PC will be pointing to the instruction. That means it will give me the address of my instruction that I am interested to execute. And after getting it from memory, where I am going to store? In your IR. Where is IR? Inside the CPU, right? IR is instruction register. So this first part is called as fetching the instruction. After fetching the instruction, one combination of 1 and 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, something like this will be loaded into IR. Then what this 1010 is telling us to do, that we need to find out. That operation is called as decoding. What it is called as? Decoding. So to the whatever is there in IR, that is connected to a decoder, and decoder will tell me what operation I need to perform, right? So first part is getting the instruction that is being pointed by PC into IR. Second part, decode the instruction. Means Understand what you need to do. Add, sub, join. What you have to do, that you will find out. And where are your operands? Whether one operand, two operand, it is in register or in memory. Where it is, that we will find out in our decoding part. Done. Next is fetch the operand. If operands, if required. Suppose if I am writing add R1, R2, then as part of my instruction execution, I need not have to go to memory to bring my operands. Why? Because these are representing what? General purpose registers. They are inside the CPU. So we need not have to go to memory. But if it is A, R1 or R2, then to get the content from memory location A, we need to go to memory. That is called as fetching the operand. Maybe one operand, maybe two operand. So because of that, it is required if required. Done? So now see, you know what you have to perform. Operation code is known to you. You know where is your operand, means your operands are there with you. Now what you will do? You will execute the instruction. Now you are ready to do, right? Because whatever is required to execute the instruction is available. What you need to do, with whom you need to do, everything is there. So next is execute the instruction. Execute the instruction. So you'll perform whatever is asked to do. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, whatever it is. Then after doing the operation, what you will do? You will store the result in register or sometime back in the memory. So what is written? Store the result into memory. Again it is written if required, because see, when I was doing A, R1, add A, R1, that time result will be there in R1. What is R1? A general purpose register, where it is inside the CPU. So no need to write the result into memory. This part is clear. This whole sequence is called as a whole called as instruction cycle. Understand? Next is, now we will elaborate the first step, fetch the instruction pointed by PC into IR. Please see our diagram. See our previous diagram. See, where is the instruction? It is there in the memory. Who can give me the address of the, who can point to memory? MAR can point to memory. But who has got the address of your instruction? Who is that? PC. Program counter. Program counter holds the address of the instruction that you are going to execute next. So PC has got the address. Understand? But in this diagram, we have seen that only MAR can give the address to the memory. So what I have to do? PC content I will give to MAR. Then MAR will be giving the address to memory. Understand? So first see, I need to give the address to the memory, because see, whenever we are doing any communication, right? Then see, whenever someone is asking you, please get this, what you will tell? From where, right? Your first question is from where. That means whenever I am performing any operation, first question is what is the address? Second one is whether I need to get something from that location or I have to give something into that location. That is, I need to write something into memory. That means give the address, then tell the direction of the communication. Meaning is you are interested to get something from the memory or you are going to write something into memory. There are two things. Done. After that, the third one is you have given the address, you have told the memory to give, but understand, in your system, processor is the fastest component, but memory is comparatively slower. So see, when two parties are communicating, one is faster, another one is slower, then what has to do? The faster has to wait till the slower one will complete. Otherwise, that communication will be resulting in failure. So processor has given the address, given the signal, but it will take some time to give the data, to give whatever is there in that location. So during that time, processor has to wait. After the waiting is over, memory will give some signal. Yes, your data is ready. Then processor will read the data. From where? From this bus. Where it will come? It will come in MDR. So see, whatever you have now read from your memory was what? Instruction. So where I need to take it? I need to take it to IR. This whole step, whatever I have explained, this is called as instruction fetch. What it is called as? Instruction fetch. So see it quickly once again. So we'll do fetch the instruction pointed by PC, and where I will take it to IR, ultimately to IR. So what I will do, see, first I'll give the content of PC into MAR, because only MAR can point to your memory. Direct connection is there with MAR. So PC content is given to MAR. Then I have given the address. Then I will take get from that address. That means read signal. Who will generate this? Control unit will generate the read signal. Understand? After that, you have to wait, because your processor, you are faster compared to your memory. So what you will do? You will wait. So you will wait for what? Memory function to complete. When memory will give you MFC, memory will tell you memory function is complete. Then you can take the data from the data bus. Where it will come? Into MDR. So once your waiting is over, what does it mean? Data is there on the bus. From that bus, it is actually connected to MDR. Means data is in MDR. From MDR, now I am sending to IR. Why? Why? Because I have brought what? I have fetched one instruction. So if it is instruction, it has to go to IR. So what I have completed in these 4 steps? Instruction, fetching, instruction, fetching. Hope this much is clear. Next is decode the instruction. Means whatever you have brought into IR is nothing but a mere collection of 1010. So what it represents, which operation to perform, where is your operand, we need to understand that. So to understand that, we need to decode the instruction. So whatever is there in IR, it is directly connected to your decoder. Once decoder is there in the system, IR content is connected to the decoder, and then decoder will do the decoding immediately and will tell us what to perform and where are our operands. It will only tell you where are your operands. But if the operand is in memory, then we need to do one memory operation once again. So the basic steps, the first 2 part is clear: fetching the instruction and decoding the instruction. And then if the operands are in the register, then perform the operation. Whatever is asked to do that, right? So next we will see one example of this. First we have seen the basic protocol of doing it. Now we'll apply it on various instructions. So that I will cover in my next video. Thank you. And if you are getting from this video, then please do subscribe my channel. Thank you.